A very warm welcome, everyone, and welcome to another session of Stupid Questions, a platform where we aspiring designers can clear and ask our doubts no matter how silly or stupid they are. Hence the name Stupid Questions. Today we have with us a very special guest, Saheb Ram sir. Originally from West Bengal, Sir has completed his Bachelor of Fine Arts, a gold medal in sculpture in 2006. In 2008, he has completed a Master's in Fine Arts, another gold medal in sculpture from Banaras Hindu University, UP. In 2011, he completed the Post-Graduate Diploma Programme in Design in Animation Film Design from NID Ahmadabad. Sir's work in animated films have bagged many awards throughout the years. In 2019, he was awarded the Pandit Raghunath Brunusmriti Purushkar by the BCWD Government of West Bengal. His top animation film Unni had an official selection in the Anifest India in 2010 and was also screened at the 10th Pune International Film Festival in 2012, as well as the CHITRA KATHA Award in 2011 at NID. One of Sir's sculptures, Nayo, has been displayed in another India, Explorations and Expressions of Indigenous South Asia at the Museum of Archaeology and Anthropology in the University of Cambridge. Sir's artwork on Banam, which is a traditional musical instrument, has been displayed at the Oslo Museum, Norway. Sir's research paper has also been published in the Online Journal and the Journal of International Women's Studies of Columbia. He has also delivered many lectures in many conferences. Presently, Sir is working in the Department of Plastic Arts Faculty of Visual Arts as an assistant professor at Banaras Hindu University. We welcome you, sir. I'm sure all of us are very eager to listen to your amazing design journey. So over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for your warm welcome. And I hope this talk will benefit them. And first of all, for me, the journey which I have, till now I have covered, or still I am practicing artworks, or I still enjoying the, now teaching career. So here I would like to share you few of my artworks which maybe I have done during my studies, and after that till now during lockdown also I have done it. So I will share few of them. So as you can see, this one, the page I have sharing you, it's the study. Purposely I have titled this. So this one, the first slide, purposely I have named it study and the still life drawings. So studies, most of the studies are here, like my animal studies, birds, and other portrait studies also, and rest of things are sketches and still lifes, which is object based, and fruits and all. So you will see how I have continued during a lockdown period, when first of all when on 24th of March, when our Prime Minister had announced the lockdown. So everybody, in first announcement, they got that news that maybe for the 21 days it will be completely locked down. No one will be, walking on road, like how they have projected, like Corona koi road pe na nikle, something, the message they have said. So what happened? We were like, rushing towards the shops, purchasing vegetables, potatoes, tomatoes, onions, and all. So in my entire life, I have never, came to such a, scenario where everybody is, buying 5 kgs of onions, tomatoes, and other things. so rations and all. So we also had all those things. So when I bought it in my room, so I thought, okay, let's try to create a story, visual story, so that it's supposed not to be only the pleasing drawings, nicely rendered sketches and all. So it's supposed to be I should draw it in such a way that it will convey some stories towards my artworks. Otherwise, I think if we are not sharing any stories, it doesn't make any sense. It will be just hanged on a wall and decorated piece of artwork. So I thought it will be better if I can add some stories to this thing. But I have never scribbled anywhere on papers that this artwork is done during this period. But I have signed somewhere, but the story is there, means somewhere. If we will see, every still images says stories, tells stories. It's the same way artwork also says stories. So this one which you are sharing right which you are seeing on screen is tells the same stories. So again, I had pumpkins and all, like uh, rendered nicely, so you can see the direction of light, depths, and composition sense and all. That's how sometimes I used to teach in NIDs and other schools and all. So these are the just rendered work, but it has stories. Similar here, like all these grains and vegetables and onions and peanuts and all. So these drawings tells that that day what happened, what were the things we have bought for continuing maybe 2-3 weeks, and we were not knowing is when the shops gonna open in next few days. But this was the scenario, means we bought all these things, and I thought it will be better I will make a nice drawings out of that. So these are for that purpose. During those days I have done it. So I have used charcoals most of the in most of the drawings. And second, you can see here like full bucket of basket of vegetables, so brinjals and these other vegetables and all. So these are the nicely rendered, but it has again stories. Similar here, like changing every times, like we were buying other these vegetables, karelas and all, bindi. So all these things. So next I thought, okay, it will be better if I can add little color to those still lifes and all. Means rendering in pencil sometimes doesn't give that much impact towards viewers and and it doesn't sometimes give that freshness and the beautiful colors of vegetables and all. So here you can see gradually I have tried to analyze the hues of the still life and gradually I have rendered with the pencils and dry pastels and soft pastels. I've used both of the a few or other materials for rendering this still life. So you can see close-ups, and this one is the final artwork, and this one is the black and white. And here the another compositions which I have tried with soft pastels in a fully in that medium. So you can see this one, and here the freshness, and here the gradually day was passing. Every vegetables was gradually having these textures. And after that, the season of mango came. The university was loaded with mangoes and green mangoes, and then gradually we had a chance to get all these mangoes, and I tried to put it in a composition for my still life drawings. And this one is another one, the rendered one, and this one is the final. So sometimes I don't over render the things, because I believe rendering, yeah, you can render it in every part of your composition, but sometimes if you're leaving some of the portions unfinished, it gives much more such poetic essence to the compositions. Otherwise sometimes it's look okay fully rendered, it's like calendar art. So it will be better you somehow somewhere you're supposed to leave unfinished composition, which gives viewers to have their own imaginations to render those things. Okay, this could be in this shape, or maybe in this color, or maybe in these dimensions, or maybe in these textures. So those things gives viewers to play with that their own imaginations. So here I have tried that thing, so that they have liberty, or they have their own imaginations to see the things, or visualize the things and perceive the entire composition. That's how. So and next we will go like similar. I have tried again another composition where you can see much more brighter color when these mangoes were getting fully with lots of colors. So here you can see little ripe mangoes and all. Yeah, so you can see flies also here. And in next composition I will show you the bee was also there. Means while I was drawing, these flies were coming, they were smelling, and they were searching for foods. So I thought adding these flies also make this composition much more lively, and it will give much more like that three-dimensional, or much more very juicy feelings to the entire composition. That fragrance will be there in with these flies, which connect in somehow in our consciousness, that these flies actually comes when they smell something, they find something to eat, so that's how they come. So this composition gives the same informations. Again the pumpkin. So I thought rendering the same pumpkin which you have seen in the second or third slide, so from the different angles with the different pencils and all, with with the fountain pen, which I like so much to do all these black and white drawings. And again I have tried with this same brinjals and pumpkin to give some artistic illustrations. I will not say illustrations, because illustrations have much more details and the clear form of the objects, but here it's like impression of the drawings or the object. And again, I have tried in colors. Few paper was crumbled and scratched or folded. So that's how I was exploring. And we used to walk, means go for the morning walk. So we had some, they call it Brahmi, or maybe some sag that. So Brahmi sag I took and I planted on pot. So I did some just random quick sketches out of that. So these are line drawings only. It's like August, 1st August. So again, I have rendered with dry pastels and with the fountain ink. So you can see the both that bloating effect while I was first I given the textures with the soft pastels, and I have outlined the entire these leaves and their petals and this pot. So, and where the ink was getting contact with this soft pastels, it was getting blotted with that ink. So that's how the impression or this effect got created. Similar also here. And this one, of course, from Banaras only. Like we found every corner of the Varanasi, there are some bulls or ox are here. So they have very calm expressions on their face. So in our university, I have see one of this ox. He has some. It's like very calm and yogic, ascetic, that expressions on his face. So I thought it will be better, to make his portrait. So I was not making just face of his, but it's like that impact which I have seen on his face. So I was just drawing that thing. Yeah. And we went for the educational tour in January, after 6th of January. So we visited Ajanta. So you can see here a little bit of caves, part of the caves. This drawing was actually a bigger drawing, but here I have only part of that drawing. So you can see the rock mountain where they have carved the part of the mountain, and they have created the galleries. Means it's like I will not say catacombs, but it's a huge galleries. Means it's a huge architectural living room for monks and artists, or the sages to practice their artworks, prayers, and do the yogas, and to learn more spiritual practices and all. So near the natures, they have this I will say, yes, hardship and more like their hard works and all. And those journeys we can see through those cave art and the rock shelters. So it was one of the drawing from the same study tour. And this one, the bowl singer, he is playing a it's called what we'll say, sharangi, one of the sharang, 2-string sharangi, sometimes they play. So he was playing that. So his expressions was so like spiritual, or the ambience and his motions. So I got hooked to his expression. So I thought, let's capture, in few lines. So that's how this drawing I have, a sketch I have created. And similarly, while the this period was continuing, several lockdowns. So we know the how our country went through all this trauma and situations, and the migrant laborers and the beggars and all. So all these situations we have faced. So this one of the sketches or drawing from the photograph to capture the reality of harsh reality of our nation. And this one was the portrait of one of my friend's sister. She is a classical and the folk singer, Lata Didi. So just I have sketched her one of the portrait. And here in Banaras we see as this entire city is very holy, and people are so devoted towards the Lord Shiva. And how, if you will see the movie Gali of Assi, so this drawing is actually from that mohalla of Assi. So near the ghat, so where these old ladies, they every morning they come, they take bath and they worship, and they do the this pujas and all in every early mornings, and sometimes in a very auspicious day when they think that's how sometimes it's very good day or auspicious day to celebrate or do the puja during some special days. So this one of the Tuesday was, I don't know, some Ekadasi was there. So they all were doing some puja and all. So I just quickly sketched the ambience. And similarly here you will find small temples around every corner of the cities, and trees under the trees, and there are lots of this soap, the some pani puri shop, and this thelawalas and all. So I was just trying to grab the essence or the local flavor of the cities. So few drawings are from the same things, because what happens, some people are very good at drawing, and they render in a such a way. Of course they have very nice skills, but I feel like sharing the stories of certain parts of the countries or maybe of the world, I think that is much more required than the just rendering few things, or just which I don't think supposed to be hanged or maybe like displayed on a gallery, and which will not say anything about the society, about the like countries, the real situations and all. That's how I feel. You don't have to be think in that way, but for me I think that gives much more impact, that can say the true that values of the lines. Next we will see the night scenes of a ghat from again Assi Ghat, and this is Tej Singh Ghat near that Harishchandra Ghat or Nishad Ghat, you can say. Yeah, and I have tried again another compositions. Just a minute, I think. Yeah. and one of the print. Nowadays I'm trying woodcut print to show the Varanasi in my own perspective through black and white impression. So here, what are the process actually I follow to make those final prints. If you will see here, like this one is the that inked, that masonite board, and this one is the print, the final result of that woodcut. So you can see boat is going from this direction, but in impression boat is coming from the from the right direction. So that's how it's showing here. And usually I of course go for the morning sketches. So these are the from the breeze, from the top angle. So you can see boats lying near the bay of the Ganges, and lots of boats are were there. So these are the beautiful visuals which I have captured through my lines and all. Yeah. So similarly here, again here, the same views and all, again with the fountain, that ink, and the bamboo brush, yeah, with the again ink. So you'll say sometimes these crows are flying over these boats, and the impression, the shadows. These are the banks, people are taking bath. From the top angle, like two boatmen, the fishermen were crossing the breeze. So this was the impression from the top angle. Yeah, similarly here. Again, this one is just like the process which I follows. Like suppose I have taken the impression. Suppose this one was my drawing, and I have traced it on top of the wood, and on wood again I have inked with that brush pen, like to give the more impression. So the while I will cut this, remove other parts of the wood, it should not get smudged all these lines or the impression of the what artwork I have traced. So it should remain on my wood, and after that I have cut it. I have final printout of this also, and few sketches from like folk dance and all. I have done it from YouTube links. And from the folk, I will say during Harvest Festival, during Kali Puja, we make wall murals for cleaning the houses, beautifying the house. Like in Jharkhand, you will see there were lots of artworks they create. In Bihar also Madhubani is there, in MP Worli and other artworks are there, in Rajasthan there are other wheel artworks and all. So similarly in West Bengal also these artworks are there. These Santal tribe they create, and that's how I find very dynamic or very floral, that live kind of that impression on the every sketches they do. Like they draw on a wet wall while they just apply the white clay, and they scratch with the, I will not say scratching that word, it's like just they like playfully they put their fingers to draw some artworks. So the impression of the beneath layer that appears in a darker tone, like they give a coat of this cow dung, the black cow dung, and they apply that white layer of white clay. So while they do some kind of impression, the beneath layer comes out, and it gives the darker tone of that layer, and that's how they create artworks. So similarly, I have tried here the same artworks I have just created on a wood panel to take a wood print. So you can see sometimes it looks very, very dynamic and very beautiful. Similarly, from the same wall art, the actual artwork was, I think, yes, it was like that. Okay, so what I thought, okay, let's make a, like different posts of the same artwork. So I have tried here that this peacock is somewhere is, lifting his neck, turning back, and trying to eat something and about to fly. So all these moments I have added from the one single artworks. So you can see how we can create several other patterns or the motions to the still drawings. Similarly here also with some other flying moments of the same artwork. And here, like in Purulia, the tribes, they live near the mountains and hills and all. So these are the mud houses with the charcoals, and the same drawings I have transferred or I have recreated in a soft pastel. So you can see the impact, the beautiful, that red oxides paint surroundings, the chickens and the trees and the woman's goat and the this architecture. They still live, in a proxy near the forest and all. And again, this drawing is from Howrah Bridge, near Howrah Bridge. You can see this railway station, and that in front of railway station there is different these huts and all for the hotels and all. So from the back of, while I was taking launch towards Babughat, so I was sketching. Yeah. These drawings are from Darjeeling that I went on last August. On 14th or 13th August I went. So this one was the views. The clouds were, like moving, and these small or big houses on hills. It's like, like some beautiful houses are kept just displayed all over the mountain. It was like that. And these were the tall trees, pine trees. Yeah. So this one of the views, like in this right side of this mountain, you can see the Kanchenjunga, but it was early morning. Everything was covered with these clouds and all, so we couldn't had that chance to see that mountain. But whatever houses and the nearest mountain were visible, I have tried to capture them. And here again, one of the historical house of Desbandhu, Chitranjan. So the similar artworks I have created. And again, this was the same trees, and the artwork was quite, like around 3 feet. My sketch was almost 3 feet tall. So you can see the entire, part of that. So it was really, for me, it was amazing. Those textures, already chopped branches and all. It's like, when you see a tree naked, I will not say naked, but it's like armless. So this was the impression. Means you see beauty without any, natural things. It's like, human, we always interfere with the natures, and that's how we are. Means, so here I wanted to show that pain, but I don't know means how much I am able to show that, but that's how, means that was the thought process while I was drawing this artwork. Yes. And this one was again from the resort where we stayed. Yeah. And again from another resort, we were changing. We went to Kalimpong also. From Kalimpong, it was this visual was there. Yes. And now you will see gradually few of my artworks which were from my early college days. So this one was from the Khajuraho Antique Study. Yeah. Shiva and Parvati. Yeah, and I used to do the lots of horse drawing to, understand the anatomy and the impression of the, that muscles and the structure. So we used to go early morning for the horse study in Varanasi, near Godolia. Now they have made a auto stand. They have removed that horse feed. So these were the drawings. I was very much fascinated with Leonardo's horse drawings. So I used to think, okay, if he has drawn 300 drawings, at least I could draw more than that. So that was competition in my mind. Not just, like making, like producing lots of drawings to just compete master, but to analysis actually how the muscles actually functions while they lift their legs and the front legs and their back legs and all. So how the muscles actually reacts and the how the anatomical structures are actually. So all these were for my understanding. Not just blindly sketching all these things, but also I was trying to understand the actual form and the horse anatomy. So you can see, means for me, I was just blocking or trying to understand the basic structure of face of the horse. So gradually, means this was the purpose of rendering in for the other drawings. Mouth and nose and eyes and all, and how these people they used to sleep. Okay. And this bird was dead. We found in a some tub. So I thought, okay, it's better to draw, and let's after that bury that sparrow. Yeah. So these are from our campus only, from BHU. We had Lotus Pond near IT, and this tree was from my that roof, hostel roof. So uh, it was just in front of me. So I used to go there, and I used to, draw during winter. And these are the peacocks quick sketches, watercolor drawings from NID. In Heritage Campus we have lots of peacocks and peahens. So I used to draw a lot. Means I used to love the all these birds and all. So you can see the impression, their body gestures and all. Quick sketches, just the impression and the moments, so that I should not lose the grace they have, their moments and the beautiful that body language, the impression of their eyes, entire structure. And this flying kite was also, one of the challenging part for us, to how actually they, look from bottom. So all these were also part of this sketch. Close up. Yeah. And I created a few artworks out of those sketches, those black and white impressions with the, this scribbled zigzag lines and all, with the charcoals. The pen, I have used here pens. And these were from Jamalpur flower market. They used to sell. And this Gujarati bhai or old man, they used to, stand. So these are the impression of how they used to, make a garland, and they used to sell. So these are the entire family business for them. Early morning, the entire family, the kids, the daughter, father, they all used to make garlands, and the cattles and bulls, and these covered goats and all. So that's how our drawing ends here. Thank you.
Question would be, when you started as a student, you have shifted from fine arts to again animation. Then why was that jump to animation, and how did you do? How did you cope up with animation?
Okay, so while as a fine arts student, I was here in Varanasi. So we used to, of course, get influenced with lots of animated movies and all. And of course, for the animation, the artist has to, work hard to get the character and the impression of the moments and all. So it was very fascinating with me. Even still, it's also. So for that thing, every medium, I will not say in fine arts there are no scope of showing the same dimension, the same moments, and the possibilities of storytelling. Anyway, means through still images you can convey your lots of stories or messages. And though in animation it has possibilities, you can show them in a sequence, in a moments. So that's how that journey started, and I was very much fascinated with the animation movies and all. I was fascinated with stop motions, claymations, and the puppetry and all. So I thought in animation field it will add some new dimension of my creativity. So that's how I have switched to the animation field. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many sketches you did every time as a student?
Actually, what I will say means, of course, we used to do the regular sketches every day, every evening, or maybe in the morning also. We never used to count like I will do, 10 or 20 or something. But regularly we used to do means it's like, your prayer, brushing your teeth, and which is very essential, like how you required food. So sketching also you for the students, you also need every day. That's how the students supposed to do and do the hard work. I think
Mm-hmm.
I will not say it's a hard work, they should enjoy.
So she asked how much time you take to complete one sketch.
It depends. Means if you are using, this charcoal, which is much more faster. You just have to rub and smudge and give a little bit, details to it. I don't think so. Maybe 15, 20 seconds sometimes, or it's maybe 1 minute as well. Means it depends on your size of drawings and the detailing of the artworks and all. I don't actually take too much time. If you see my drawings, it doesn't seem, apart from the still life takes maybe 2 days, 3 days sometimes. So but
Okay.
I doesn't just sit through and doing regularly. It's like I have lots of breaks, I have other works also. So nowadays I'm cooking as well. So
Mm-hmm.
in one sitting it's not possible to complete entire artwork. So that's how.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Bhargavi is asking you would like to see your animation work.
It's
So
online. Means I think Vishal can share you, or maybe I will share him my Vimeo link, so you can show it to them.
yeah,
Yes.
great, great. Where do you get inspiration for sketches? Where can we search for inspiration? Or of course, Jeffy is asking.
First sketch. Yes,
Where do you get the inspiration for sketches?
when did
Where do you get inspiration for sketching? Like when you go for sketching, what is the inspiration?
for me it's like from the beginning I was saying it's like telling stories. Every corner of the the world. I haven't traveled the world, but it's means every part of the nation. Sometimes it's ask you to draw. Means when I go to Kerala or maybe Darjeeling or maybe somewhere else, so I find even when I went to the Odisha and Hampi and all, this Badami cave. So I was very much fascinated with the artworks they have created, the monumental, gigantic that these structures and all those carvings, which inspires a lot. Means sometimes we do one tiny sketch and we think, okay, I'm the great artist, or maybe I have produced a amazing, or maybe the one of the masterpiece of world. But things are not like that, because our masters had created a lot. They have carved so many rock shelters. They have created uh, huge piece of artworks. So
Mhm.
I don't think so we can claim that we are the biggest, or the the world's greatest master. But I salute them, I admire them, and that thing actually inspired me a lot to do lots of drawings and all. Yes.
Okay, so Nidhi Gaikwad asks, is there a good scope for animation?
In an industry, I will say, of course, 60% possibilities are there if you have that much of talent or that much of passion, which you can continue as an animator, so maybe as a storyteller. It
Mhm.
not like you have to join the industry, but your own also you can uh, do means your job, and you can share your stories. That's how animation is. Sometimes it's very unique way of presenting, and it has possibilities. You don't have to rely on somebody, or you have to depend, or you have to stick to some teams. But it's better to be a part of the team, which gives you much more you know helping hands, instead of suffering single handedly. So I think it's better to work with the team means.
Okay.
But still, individual person, you can also do the thing. I think in my diploma film you can see that means even
Yeah, yeah.
everyone.
Yes. Uh, and next question I would ask you that how because you have done sculpting also, like a sculptor also.
Yes.
So has it like made you good at observing persons and the features more accurately, like in your sketches?
uh, I didn't get it actually. Can you repeat it?
Uh, like you have done your sculpture, so
Yes, yes, yeah.
yeah. So has it helped you in your drawing skills also?
Yes, yes, of course it helps, because uh, as a sculptor we try to see things from each and every angles, and we try to observe the form and the dimension, and we try to visualize it in a 3D forms. So that's how valuable whenever we draw, like 2D things, even we visualize in a different that dimension, or the three-dimensional shape. So that's how, while I do render the any objects, I try to give that impression, like that 3D impression.
Mhm.
That's how somebody sometimes they say, okay, in your drawings it's look more 3D than just like random flat 2D drawings. It gives that impression of that color perspective, or maybe the that for structural perspective also. Yeah.
Okay. So Bhargavi asked, she wants to pursue animation as career. Should I practice from now or concentrate on my entrance exams?
He can do the both. Yeah.
You can do the both. Yes. So it would be like if you don't go in a college, it would be like a self-taught and self-learned animation.
Yes, yes.
So you
There are
can,
lots of animators. Yes.
yeah.
Uh, yeah.
So
Sometimes, if no one will get through any institutions, they supposed to visit all these international or national animation festivals, and other festivals also, so that they can meet lots of people who all are self-taught, and they are doing very good job. Yes. Yeah.
yeah, but then do you think, like, because uh, mostly those kind of people, or maybe that kind of chance is more, what you can say, we get it more outside India, and in India we have that kind of, unless we and until we show any certificate, we don't actually, people don't take us seriously.
Yeah. In the beginning, it happens, but when you produce maybe 2-3 your own piece of films or any portfolios, so they start taking you seriously. They think, okay, this guy, these persons, actually they are dedicated to their own field and they are trying hard to uh, share something. Means that's how I have made few of my friends also. They are not from any film backgrounds, they are not from any graphic design, not even they went to any art colleges and institutions. They were just doing some this thing IT jobs, and they quit it, and then now they are doing for different storytellings, and they are sharing things which is much more relevant to the social cause and environmental issues and all. So in the beginning, yes, they have also uh, did lots of this thing, hard works and all, but gradually people started taking them as a serious in a serious manner, and they really now they are doing nice thing. Yeah.
So, who is your inspiration? Like, yeah,
Inspiration, all
like,
these great masters,
so can you?
Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, and of course Indian artists as well. There are Ram Kinkar Bats, this Chitto Prasad, Harindas and all. Yes.
Okay, and do you have a, do you do this sketchbook ritual every day? That or
Actually, means doing sketches, I always do, but nowadays, like when transferring some artworks from sketch to wood, so I'm much more engaged with the woodcuts and all nowadays, at least. So it's like doing that engrave on wood. It of course part of that sketch only. Like you are cutting woods and getting a right kind of that impression, while you will apply the inks and all. You take print
hmm,
and you will see your result. Like it's like doing sketches only. Like the medium changes, but yeah, I do regularly.
okay. So our host is online now with some internet problem she had. So I will hand over it, hand it over to her, and she can.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so we have some questions in the chat box. So, Bhargavi is asking, we would
So
like.
we had done this question thing.
We've done this, okay.
Yeah. So there are. If you have any other questions, you can ask. And
Sir,
then
where do you get your inspiration for your sketches? Like, where should we search for?
It is very difficult, to say where I will search. It comes from your own, inside. You just, get some impression from maybe from nature, from your surroundings, from your masters, from your family, or from your culture, traditions, and all. That's how, like everybody, from your surroundings. Like in Bengal, if you will throw any stones, anybody's hurt, you will find one artist or maybe one singer. Means that's how we believe. So that's how, means the surroundings actually evolve you and make you something different, or that's how things work.
Okay, do we have any other questions? Another question, how much time do you take to complete one sketch?
I think I have already said this thing.
Okay. I'm sorry, I wasn't. I think then that's it. Okay. So, sir, I guess that's all for today. We thank you for spending your time with us. I'm sure we've learned a lot today. It was very insightful, and we appreciate you taking your time out for us. So, thank you, sir.
Thanks all of you for continuing or giving me your valuable time. Yeah. Thanks Vishal and Jeffy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And happy Navratri.
Happy Dashera to you.
Same to you, sir.